know where I'm going, a homeless man tried to kiss me. Man was in my face, like, me. Hold up. Hey besties, it's aliyahlynettex here. If you're new, hey, what's up? Hello. If you're a loyal bestie, hey, what's up? What's poppin'? So I just wanted to get on here today, and first I'm showing you guys I'm using my microphone. I'll leave the link down in the description box below if you guys do want it. Comment down below if you want the link to the microphone. So I wanted to get on here today and just tell you guys how I wasted an entire week in New Orleans. So let's get right into it. I asked you guys on TikTok if you guys wanted to hear the story time of what happened to me in New Orleans and all that good stuff. So yeah, here we are today. But first, let's talk about how this face card never declines. Look at this beat though. Giving. Literally giving. Okay, period. So what happened was back in, let's rewind the tape. So if you guys don't know, I love Burna Boy, and his music just does something to me. I love it. Okay. I went to his concert last July. It was in New York City. I had the time of my life. I went with my cousin. We had floor seats. Everything was everything. And then when I seen that he had another tour, I was like, yeah, I need to jump back on it because it's going to heal my soul. Okay, so in February, I seen his concert coming to an end. And I was like, oh, no, I need to hop on it. So I got my schedule for March. And I'm like, New Orleans, I'm going to go there. It just made so much sense. My aunt lives there. She was going to be home. I could stay at her house. Everything was just adding up. Everything was just happening the right way. So then I seen that he had a Chicago tour. And I wound up picking up work trips. So I couldn't do that one, which I was kind of disappointed because I'm like, damn, I had the time off. If I would have never picked up the trips, I could have went and then explored Chicago and life would have been great. And my friend was going to come with me too. So my friend was going to come to the same friend that was going to come to would have went to the Chicago one, was going to come to the New Orleans one. But she had something that came up. So I was like, I'm going to go by myself. I'm going to have a good time. So I waited for the concert tickets. Because, so backtrack, back in July last year, I bought tickets for the Burna Boy concert. And I paid like $125, I believe, and I got light fixture, like the top light fixture. And I was like, So my cousin got the tickets the night before and paid $125 for the floor. Yeah, you heard that correct. We paid the same price, and I was a light fixture, and she was the floor. So this year, I was like, no, I'm not buying tickets in advance. If I didn't buy it in pre-sale, I'm not going to buy it. So I was like, yeah, I'm going to wait. And then, if you know, I had to wait to see if I was getting on a flight before I bought the concert tickets. Cool. So I get to New Orleans. Everything's going great. My family lives there, so I was spending time with my family. Life was going good. Everything was great. There was so many, and that was another thing too. When I got to New Orleans, there was a lot of seats available for the concert. So I'm like, bet. I'm gonna just wait. So right before the Wednesday, the day before I was going to the concert, there was 2 floor seats left. And it went from $180 to $244 after taxes. It was $180 before when I kept seeing them. But I'm like, you know what? They might go lower, whatever. Right when I got the tickets, they went up to $244. There was 2 floor seats left. I'm like, let me buy these tickets right now. So I bought the tickets. I hurried up, bought the tickets. So this is when it gets juicy. Juicy. I went in the shower. I got out the shower. I got a Ticketmaster notification saying your ticket was canceled. Me, huh? So now I'm messaging Ticketmaster. Why is my ticket canceled? Maybe I thought my payment method wasn't working. I didn't know what I thought. I'm messaging back with Ticketmaster. Then I see the event is canceled. Huh? What? So now I'm getting tight. Because, So now I was mad. Cool. But I wasn't that mad because that Monday, after this was Wednesday, Thursday was Burna Boy. The following Monday was supposed to be Nicki Minaj. Yeah. So, my cousin lives there. Thursday, we went out. Instead of going to the concert, because obviously it was canceled, I went to dinner with my cousin. We went to a hookah bar. We was getting lit. It was fun. It was a vibe. Bet. So, the rest of the weekend, I was chill, going out with my family, spending time with my aunt, all that good stuff. Cool. Everything was still a vibe. Sunday was storming. I was supposed to link up with a friend. That didn't happen. Cool. Now, my friend from New York, about 2 weeks before the Nicki Minaj concert, he hit me up on some, you want to come to a Nicki Minaj concert in New Orleans with me? Me, bet. I was going to be there anyway for Burna Boy, so I'm like, whatever, I'll just extend my vacation. Cool. So, something happened where I had to link him way before I was supposed to link him, and life was going great. I linked him early. I went to breakfast with my family. I linked him. And this is just my friend. We're really cool. We locked in. We cool. We used to work together or whatever. So he's just a friend. Cool. I was like, I need these pandas. The panda sneakers. The dunks. You know. All the girlies know what sneakers I'm talking about. I looked everywhere for these sneakers. Every store in the United States. Yeah, I went to go look for them. I went in Raleigh. I went all over New York City. I went in Jersey. I went in Vegas. I just knew I wanted these sneakers. Why I went to New Orleans and I found them. Okay, cool. So we walked up and down Canal, you know, all the touristy stuff, which I'm not a tourist in New Orleans because I've been going there my whole life, but he is. So we went up and down the streets. I wanted to get a shot in Bourbon Street, like a liquor shop or whatever, because, you know, that's what all the girlies do. Cool. His hotel was right there, whatever. Okay, so we went to the bank, all right? This is when everything just started going downhill. We went to the bank or whatever, and he was walking on the right, like he made a right and just kept walking. I'm like, no, we gotta go to the left and then turn back around or whatever, go the other way. So while I'm looking to tell him to pull up to the way I know where I'm going, a homeless man tried to kiss me. Yeah, you heard that correctly. A homeless man tried to kiss me. And if you know, you know. I'm from New York and I don't play that. But it caught me off guard. Like, it really did catch me off guard. And I was like, huh? So when I had turned around, this man was in my face. Man was in my face. Like, me. Hold up. So, like, it caught me off guard. If I knew what was happening, yeah, I would have hit the 1-2 real quick. But I was just, what the fuck? So I was like, So my friend seen it too. He was like, yo, what the hell just happened to me? No. I was, caught me off guard. So this is when everything started going downhill. Homeless man tried to kiss me. That's number one. Well, Burna Boy canceling the day before. Homeless man tried to kiss me. That's 2 things that went wrong in the course of a week when everything was going right. So, cool. We go to Bourbon, and now I'm just over it. There's mad homeless people. I'm just over it. Man just tried to kiss me. I was over it at this point. So we didn't get our shot. We went to the liquor store and then just bought, like, drinks from the liquor store. Cool. They did not have Hennessy. And if you know, I'm a Henny girly for life. So I went with Capriccio. Cool. That's the next best option. If you know, you know. I don't do light liquor unless I have to. But yeah. So then, what happened? He was like, he want to go to the pool. And I was like, I definitely don't have pool clothes. Because I wasn't planning on that. So I'm in the room just scrolling on social media. And I see a girl make a status. Nicki Minaj canceled. Now, this is the day of the concert. Keep that in mind. This is now 3 hours before the concert. 2 to 3 hours before the concert. Keep that in mind. Yeah, that was my whole facial expression. So I commented, like, which one? Like, I was in shock. Like, wait, what? Hold up, what? So she was like, people in the comments was like, New Orleans, New Orleans, New Orleans. Me. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. So I called my friend, and he was like, yo, did you hear Nicki canceled the concert? I said, nuh-uh. No way. So at this point, I'm getting ready for this non-existent concert. But I was pissed. Like, I was mad. Because now I'm in New Orleans for a whole week for no reason. Yeah, I was mad. Yeah, I just had to do some thumbnails or whatever. Alright, so I was mad. Big mad. Big mad. Like, what? I just wasted a whole week in New Orleans for not one, but 2 canceled concerts? Okay, so now it gets even worse. So now we planned to go to dinner before the concert. So we still was with it with the dinner plans. We actually missed our dinner plans because I was just over it. I was so annoyed. But he was like, no, let's still have a good time. Like, we're here together. And like, me and him, we used to work together. So like, I haven't really seen him in so long. We haven't chilled. So I was like, all right, whatever. Let's go. Let's make the best of it. It's my last night here. His last night here. Well, he was only there for the concert. So I was like, all right, whatever. So we went to a hookah lounge at first. The drinks at the hookah lounge was not giving. Then we went to a dinner spot, which that place was giving. Them pork chops, yeah, TikTok told me what's up. Them pork chops were giving. It's called Mondays in New Orleans. Go check them out. This is obviously not sponsored, but that place gave everything it needed to give. That food, A1. Vibes, A1. The music, yeah. So it's funny because obviously this is the night of the Nicki concert. So you could tell all the barbs. You could tell all the barbs. Because everybody had on pink wigs, pink shirts, pink shoes, pink. They was pinked out. And it was giving. And we met so many different people. Like, everyone was like, oh, I came from Houston. I came from this part of Louisiana. I came from this place. Me. And I came from New York for this. Them. Ooh. Yeah. So I told them, the Burna Boy, I came. So listen to this. So now we're on our way back to his hotel. I was going to grab my stuff and then dip out to my aunt's house in a Lyft. We did a double stop Lyft. Lyft, count your days. Okay? So we're getting in the Lyft. And like I said, I've been to New Orleans countless of times. I know where I'm going. I know what I'm doing. And me, if I feel something is shaky, I'm going to question it. Because I'm from New York. And if you know, you know. Like, so being that I know where I'm going, we went from one part of New Orleans, which was right here, and we were supposed to just go right there. Just a little bit down. Canal. While we passed the Superdome, the Smoothie Center, all these places, we took the back blocks. And I'm like, this is what we're not going to do. So, obviously, it's a night out. The girlies, the tetas was sitting, right? And I looked good. Makeup, everything beat. Why every time I was talking to the driver, he kept looking back at me? What are you looking at? So now I'm feeling uncomfortable. So I'm texting my friend and I'm like, this is giving weird. He was like, yeah, I thought the same thing. And we're in New Orleans. New Orleans gets hood. If you know, you know. So he like told me he checked the guy's trunk. Like he looked back. Make sure nobody was back there. So, you know your intuitions. You just know. So, why this guy, the driver, kept getting a phone call? And that, I was like, So, the plan was double stop, go to my friend's hotel, pick up my stuff, and then go take the same Lyft to my aunt's house. I was like, So, once we got into the elevator, my friend was like, nah, cancel that Lyft. Like, it's weird. The guy's weird. don't get back in the lift. So I was like, all right, bet. Why the guy waited downstairs for me for 20 minutes? I literally called lift safety, and they was like, oh, you're gonna get a refund and all this other BS. Yeah, BS. So I couldn't cancel the lift. For some weird reason, it would not let me cancel at all. The guy waited downstairs for 20 minutes. Finally, like 30 minutes later, he finally like just ended the ride. Why'd they charge me for the entire ride plus the wait time? So I kind of disputed a little bit of it. I got a little bit of money back, but I took that L because I'm like, all right, whatever. So that lift was done. Then I'm like, you know what? I'm not even going to take a lift again. I'm an Uber. So I Ubered back to my aunt's house, whatever. Cool. It's crazy because the week before the Burna Boy the week before I was in New Orleans, they had the Drake concert out there. And my cousin was telling me the night that we went out that there was a drunk driver driving like 100 plus miles an hour and killed a mother and daughter that was crossing the street from the Drake concert. And honestly, like, obviously, when life gives you lemons, you make lemonade. When God tells you something, you take him. You take his words. And honestly, obviously, I was tight. Burna Boy canceled. Nicki Minaj canceled. Cool. I was tight. I was more tight with Burna Boy because I just bought the tickets. But I was also tight with Nicki because it was only 2 hours before. But my friend Grace, like, thankfully, I cried when he told me he bought the tickets. But he bought the tickets for us. And I was tight. So, I just felt like God was just telling me I did not need to be in a concert in New Orleans. He was looking out for me. Honestly. It was that's just how I took it in the end. So it's crazy because, you know, I get engagement on Facebook. I get paid for engagement on Facebook. Yeah. And I made a status, a joking status, and the Barbs came at me. I was like, Cardi B would have never canceled a concert on me. They came at me. But I left it up because it was all fun, giggles, whatever. I did not care. I was getting paid for the status, so me no care. So cool. The Barbs came at me. But they failed to realize, obviously I was going to the Nicki concert because I like Nicki. I'm big Queens. Queens gets the money. Nicki's from my borough. She's from where I'm from. I love Nicki. Obviously, if I'm going to the concert. But I wasn't going to argue with these people because I was getting paid. So I was having fun with they little mess. Cool. So, one of my friends, if you're watching this, you know who you are. She went to the concert in Atlanta. And her story, her TikToks, everything was giving. And I'm like, I still need to go to a Nicki concert. So me and my good sis, Courtney, we're going to the Nicki concert in May. And big ups because I'm excited. I can't wait. Because Nicki is that girly. And I know she's not going to cancel a New York City concert. Knock on wood. Yeah. Because Nicki gives it up for New York. And she has 3. Not 1, not 2, but 3 shows in New York. Yeah. But apparently she had the flu. Which, okay, whatever. Whatever. But yeah, that's how my week in New Orleans went. A waste of time. Homeless man tried to kiss me. 2 concerts canceled. And I felt uncomfortable in the lift. Yeah. No, don't got to worry about me again. No, I'm just kidding. I will go back because I got family there. But no time soon. So yeah. All right, bye. I love you guys so much. I hope you guys enjoyed this story time of what happened in New Orleans. The girlies kept asking me on TikTok. And yeah. If you enjoyed today's video, be sure to subscribe to my channel. Put in your post notifications. Give us a big thumbs up. And comment down below. If you made it to the end of this video, drop a pink emoji for Nicki. Yeah. Alright, love you guys. Bye.